Well, good afternoon, everybody. I'm in Provence, and it's very unusual. Today it's absolutely chucking it down with rain. Well, not really chucking it down, but it's raining, which is unusual. It's my brewery, just sitting under the eaves, stop it getting wet. And today I've been malting some barley, which is in my tub here, plastic tub. I have 5 kilos here. And the way I malt my barley, I soak it, I give it a good wash in a lot of running water to get rid of all the chaff and the soil and everything. And when the water's running nice and clear, I put it in this, I leave it in the bucket for 2 days and change the water every now and again, and then I put it in this plastic tub, which ends up in my beer fridge. It's my beer fridge, and I just open it up and pop it in there, and I have a controller that sets it at 12 degrees C, and it just malts away. And I buy my barley, it's orge in France it's called, or l'orge. I buy 25 kilos for €12, which is about I don't know, $10, something like that, £10. Now the other thing I buy is wheat, which is the one on the right, sack on the right. It's called blé, and I also malt my own wheat. Now there's not much on YouTube about malting wheat, but you know what? It's dead easy. So that's my barley, and this is my wheat. Now the difference with wheat, when you buy it, it doesn't have a sort of shell to the cereal. The barley, I mean, these ones are just beginning to chit. There's a very clear sort of shell to it, and the roots and the shoot will pop out of that that shell. They're just beginning to chit at the moment. I mean, the little rootlet, it's just about to pop out there, and the shoot will pop out the other end, and when the shoot's about 75% of the grain length, it's pretty much done. But with barley, you can't see the shoot. The shoot's inside. You can see the root, that's the little white bit, but the shoot's actually inside the grain. So to find out when it's done, you have to cut the grain open. Now I malt in a temperature controlled fridge, which really helps me gauge the processing time. It's dark, it's cold, 12 degrees centigrade, and generally speaking, after about 7 days, they're done. With the wheat, it's actually a lot easier. I haven't soaked these yet. I'm just about to soak them, give them a good wash off, and then it's exactly the same process. They will sit in the beer fridge, 12 degrees C, and the difference with the wheat, the root will start growing and the shoot will also start growing, but because there's no sort of skin on the grain, you can see the shoot growing very easily. So it's actually easier to work out when it's ready for malting. So if you haven't malted wheat, it's really worth a go. It's easy. I mean, it's probably easier than barley, to be honest. I'm gonna, this lot's gonna be done in about 6 more days, I suppose. And this lot, I was gonna malt it, but actually now you can see sometimes you get the odd grain in there. That's a piece of corn. I'm actually going to do this as a wit beer. I'm going to wash it, clean it, not malt it, grind it, and add it 50-50 as unmalted grain to the barley, and do a wit beer as a bit of a test to see how the unmalted wheat works with the malted barley. It's a way of cutting my malting down. So that's a little video, because there's not much on YouTube about malting wheat. But I've been doing it for quite a while now, and it's just as easy as malting barley. Your efficiency with home malted can be lower depending on your grain. I mean, this is animal feedstock. I'm getting efficiencies now of about 50%, which is not as good as the 70% my brewery runs at, but I'm quite happy with it. And the benefit is you can get yourself a nice wheat beer. This nice Weiss. This is one of my Weiss beers. Let's have a little slurp. Fantastic. So, well worth a go. If you want to malt your own wheat, give it a go. If you've got any questions, drop me an email. From a wet, miserable Provence, goodbye.